This is a giant wasp nest in the tree in my front yard, and I just discovered it this morning because all the leaves are falling off and I was able to see it. Now I'm going to tell you about this and the solution to it, and then tell you something else. All right, so I discovered that wasp nest in the tree in my yard this morning. Like I said, I didn't see it all summer long because number one, no wasps were bothering me, and number two, all the leaves were covering it, so I just didn't see anything. You can see my eyes, but I can't see where I'm walking without my glasses, so I'm sorry about that. All right, so I found it this morning, asked around a little bit, and some nice folks on Twitter explained to me that I don't have to do anything. Just in another month or so, when the weather starts to get really cold, the nest will be empty, and it'll either just fall off or I can knock it down once it's empty, and that's wonderful. Normally, most problems in the world, you can't just ignore them and have them disappear. Which brings me to today's subject. All right, so you may or may not be aware that I am without a vehicle. At the beginning of the pandemic, my Saturn Vue, my 2007 Saturn Vue died. There were no more motors in the entire country because it's so old and they're just not making any more anymore. There were no more motors in the entire country, so I couldn't get it fixed. And my daughter's car broke down, so I sold my Vue for scrap to help her get a new car for herself. And that was fine. We were sharing her car for a long time, and I knew I needed a new car, a newer car. I don't buy new cars. I buy used cars, but they're new to me. I knew I needed one. I was having trouble getting the money together to be able to buy one, and I wasn't ignoring the problem, but I wasn't prioritizing it. And then my daughter got a chance to move back to Texas, where she has wanted to be since she got back from Norway, and off she went. So that means now I don't have a vehicle, and I didn't prioritize this problem enough. And what is the solution now is first of all, early in November, my youngest is going to move out and move to Oklahoma. And so that leaves just Lady Dog and I, which does simplify the matter a little bit. But, it's 3 miles to the bus stop from where I live. And then it's, to get to any jobs that actually pay, it's quite a bit further. So I need a vehicle. That's all there is to it. I don't have the money to get one. The smart thing to do, the smartest solution would be to borrow $10,000 against my house, buy a used vehicle for like $5,000, and then have the other $5,000 as an emergency fund that when I get a job, to get me to where I could get a job. That would be the smart thing. For reasons I can't get into here, can't borrow against the house at the moment, can't sell the house at the moment. So what's going to happen is, and again, I did this to myself, what's going to happen is I'm going to have to get off the mountain for a few months. I'm going to have to find somewhere in the Lehigh Valley, someone that'll rent me a room, and rent Lady and I a room, and I have to save up and get a car. So, you know, we have to learn it over and over again. We all have these areas in our lives where we just we ignore the problem, right, and hope it'll go away. Again, I wasn't ignoring it, but I sure wasn't prioritizing it, and so I'm gonna have to do something very uncomfortable, and I'm not happy about it. All right, don't do this to yourselves. See you guys tomorrow.